What's up, YouTube? It's Nina K. Simone. I'm back again for another review. First thing I want to say is it is 88 degrees here in Chicago. It's hot as hell. I went outside for 15 minutes and had to go get in the shower. So, this last week, I've been reading a lot of bullshit and watching a lot of bullshit, both on TV, on World Star, on Media Takeout, just everywhere. And before I do my reviews, I like to watch the other people I watch, like the Scorpion Show, A Connection TV, which I haven't seen on new videos in a couple of weeks, but A Connection TV, and there's a few others, but I just watch the Scorpion shows. So there's a few topics they talked about that I'm going to speak on, and some things that they didn't talk about that I'm kind of mad that Kevin didn't say nothing about this stuff. I'm going to start off with R. Kelly. I read, I don't know where, but it said that R. Kelly owes $4.8 million in back taxes. This is all I want to say before I say that if I think it's a rumor or not. Every fucking year, we have a black celebrity who never pays their goddamn taxes, and they get the same result. When you don't pay your taxes, the first thing that the government does is they add fees to it for each year. Like, they had like 5 years of non-payments from him, and one was $1 million. It was like 4 that were $1 million, and one that was like $500,000. You know, plus they're going to add in all these things, and by the time you go to court, you're going to spend another $2 million just in court and legal fees alone before you even get to the $4.8 million that you may or may not owe. That's just fucked up situation. I know Ronald Isley is your idol, but even they sent his old ass to jail. Nigga, you ain't never went to jail for pissing on no girl, but you're going to jail for not paying your taxes. Federal government don't play. Okay, I'm through with that. I did just go kind of hard. Did I forget? Did I say that I loved R. Kelly? Oh, okay, I do love R. Kelly, but I had to go in a little bit on him because that's just retarded. I know y'all like, what are you looking at? I'm looking at my paper with all this shit I wrote on him. Next thing I want to talk about is there was a 24-year-old woman posing as a boy on the internet. The chick is from Massachusetts. Her name is Carissa Hatz. Pretty much in a nutshell, I don't even read that to say what she did. She was on the internet talking to a 15-year-old girl posing as a 17-year-old boy. The girl lived out of state, so this chick went to go see her on 2 occasions in 2 different states, where the chick's mom, the 15-year-old's mom, was paying for hotel rooms so that this girl could, so this grown-ass woman could meet this girl pretty much and perform sexual acts with her. And my whole thing, before I start going in on who's right and who's wrong about this 15-year-old girl that was supposedly tricked, when I was 15, I ain't know much about sex, but I know a dick from a vagina. Now, I don't really like to go in on gay people and all that stuff, because I have gay people in my family, and, you know, I don't want them getting mad at me for saying no crazy shit on here, or some of the gay people who watch my reviews. I have nothing against gay people. I love y'all. Y'all are a lot of fun. Y'all like to get drunk, go out. Y'all can do hair. Y'all can do nails. You know what I'm saying? The gay men, the gay girls, you know, we don't really have that much in common, but some of y'all are cool. Now, where the fuck does this bitch get off pretending to be a boy and tricking some stupid ass girl into thinking she's a boy? I think that's a fucking problem. If you want to be a lesbian, be a fucking lesbian. If you want to have a dick and still have titties, or however you want to live your life, you can do all of that shit, but don't trick people. It's enough people out here with the same sexual preferences as you prefer for you to go play with them. Stop tricking people. I think that's fucked up when people, like, it's little men up in this neighborhood who dress like girls and all that stuff, and they call themselves tricking men. But really, for some of them, you can kind of see, but going around tricking people, and then when they find out, y'all end up in a grave. I remember when I was a kid, Mari had this woman on her show where her son pretended to be a girl, and she was, you know, having like little moments with these guys at this house, and, you know, she was dating like 2 or 3 of them, but she would never sleep with them. When they found out she was a man, they killed her and buried her in an open grave. And I just want to say that that's one of the situations where I'm going to say I don't feel bad for you. Nobody has the right to kill you. But don't fucking play around with people because you don't know how serious they can get with these situations. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you guys like whatever it is that you like. But it's a lot of people out here who like the same thing. You don't have to go around tricking people and doing all that stuff. And they said that she's been charged with a felony for enticing a minor, and she'll probably get the maximum for that is 30 years. And I hope she get the 30 years because she deserves the 30 years for playing with people's emotions. And she lucky did nobody fuck her up. Okay, so I went over that. I just want to touch on a little bit about the Fendi and the Nicki Minaj situation. It's called the Come Up DVDs. I watched those. Well, not recently, but you know, when the internet first started popping with blogs and all that stuff, the Come Up DVDs, you could either get them for the bootleg man or you can watch them on World Star Hip Hop or pretty much universally any black social media site. I do remember Nicki Minaj being on there. And I'm like, oh, she's pretty, you know, she's rapping on Biggie beats and all of this stuff. And then she started doing things with Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, and so on and so on, so being in Cash Money now. And he was just saying how he helped her get through all these places. And once she was able to meet Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane and all of them, she left him behind. My issue is, one, I don't have no shade toward Fendi because I don't know Fendi or anything like that. I don't think it's anything wrong with him, but don't assume that if you help someone, they're always going to help you back. Now, me, I'm a loyal person, but there's a lot of people out here who are not loyal to anybody, don't care about anybody. I thought the video was too damn long. You went on for like 15 to 30 minutes, on and on. And I kept watching it because I'm like, I know who Fendi is, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and watch this whole thing. You know, he was going to sit and talk about Nicki saying the same shit over and over again. Okay, fine, you discovered her. Okay, fine, you introduced her to Gucci Mane. Okay, fine, you introduced her to Waka Flocka Mama and Lil Wayne and all these people. But what you should have did that you didn't do was you should have got some signed papers on her ass. Man, because you got a $15,000 finder's fee and she worth $15 million or whatever, however much Nicki Minaj is worth. That's on you, bruh. You wasn't doing good business. Everybody know how that loyal street justice shit that people, you know, that's like 35 and up are always speaking of. That shit doesn't exist anymore. So, you know, I don't really give a shit whether Nicki Minaj, you know, you feel that she owes you something. Ain't nobody gonna give you shit in this world. You should have kept, like you said, she signed your publishing company. If she signed your publishing company, then you should sue her for some money, if that was true. I don't understand the problem. Just sue the bitch and move on. You know what I mean? So, that's all I'm saying about that. Let me go to something else. DMX. I understand that DMX is, if he's not a hip-hop legend, he's near one. And I understand that he's trying to make a comeback and do all this other shit, but there is something emotionally wrong with DMX. You know, all the barking and where my dog's at, where my dog's at. You know, I've started to notice, maybe I didn't notice as much when I was a kid, but it's something the fuck wrong with him. I watched him on the marriage counseling show where, you know, he's just, I don't understand women. I don't know why I did this shit. You know, and talking about some woman raped him and that's how he had a baby. Nigga, shut the fuck up. He needs to stop drinking. They were saying that he was high. DMX sound like a drunk person. I've had or have alcoholics in my family. I know what a drunk motherfucker sound like. Where they sitting and they talking to you and they looking over here and they mumbling and shit. Like, what? You know, sitting there talking to Peter Rosenberg, and I think that they need to stop interviewing these people. Stop glorifying when they acting a damn fool. Stop doing that. Stop. You knew damn well DMX was half here, and you sitting here asking him questions and talking to him and all that shit. I just didn't. I didn't like that. And I think this is gonna be like a part 2, part 3 video today, because I have like 4 or 5 more things to talk about, and I don't know. I don't have a reading to tell me how much time I'm using, but I want to talk about Yvette Wilson, who she's a known actress for playing Andale on Moesha and the Parkers, and she was the chick who said she looked like Janet Jackson in Friday. And before Moesha and the Parkers, she was on another show with Brandy called Thea that only stayed on 2 seasons. Actress Thea Vaudelle was the main character. It was Yvette Wilson and Brandy. And Brandy before the braids. This was pre-braids, where she had a little wrap that was as long as my bang. And Jason Weaver. And it was a couple of other, I think Niecy, who was also on Moesha, was on the show too. I think it was on like 1990. Anyway, for people who don't know, I'm just putting it out there. Well, basically, I don't know if I said it or not, she died of cancer. And I was reading a few months ago where Media Takeout was claiming to be raising money for her. I hate every time a black person dies, or is sick, or is hurting. Media Takeout does this thing, and to me, it's not. I don't think they really donate money. I think this is a gag, to get people's attention. Just gagging. Oh, we're gonna put up a donation and give it. I cannot stand no shit like that. No one. It was never clear that she was broke. Just like when they started it with Nate Dogg. Well, they said Nate Dogg was broke, but you didn't hear that from the family members or friends. I hate for the people to say that, to call somebody broke like that. Don't disrespect people in that sense. But she passed away. I don't really have too much to say about that except I did grow up watching her on TV, and she will be missed.